Nights are drawing in, aren't they?
No,
Autumn approaches.
Honestly, stop it.
Oh, it's lovely. I can see autumn from here. It's still hot. I'm still nowhere near long trousers. But we've got some winter sunsets. You can't go for a swim at 9 o'clock anymore. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's the silence approaches, isn't it? Which I really like about this time of year.
I've got to say, August has been a hard month, and I'm
It
glad
has.
to see September, but September brings with it going back to school and all that stuff, and for some families that's like a relief, but for me, Gigi's going back to university, and I'm going to miss her.
You were empty nesting again, 12 months on from doing it first time.
Big time. So prepare yourself, listener, for miserable Vicky.
Meanwhile, the people of the Polígono Sombugadeas have rejoined us after taking August off. It's like a ghost town here, wasn't it? It was only us working. Every business was shut down. All the sensible people had gone on holiday, and the not very sensible people like us.
Why do we never go on holiday in August?
I don't know.
Why haven't we learned that yet?
The Spanish have got life right, mostly, haven't they?
Mostly, yes. We just keep messing up in August every year, and then August kicks my butt so hard because I work and I'm tired and I'm grumpy and it's hot.
You'd be hot and tired and knackered even if you weren't working 60 hours a week. It's just that kind of time of year, isn't it? It's horrible.
Yeah.
So,
But now we're into the other thing that September brings with it is weddings. Mucho weddings, darling.
is it?
Yes, every weekend I'm now I'm shooting weddings for clients, like for content for their marketing, and then I'm also just become a wedding content creator.
Okay, you. Well done. I don't know what that is.
I'm not certain either.
There's an awful lot of people with content creators written next to them on their Facebook
I know,
profiles.
makes me think I might be a bit of an but
I don't know. Well, you actually do create content.
Yeah, I do.
Unlike a lot of digital content creators.
But here's the thing. It's like, isn't a content creator at a wedding kind of like a photographer or a videographer? No, yes and no. And yesterday I was in the midst of a WhatsApp group chat with a lot of other photographers who were all complaining about how crappy content creators are and how much they hate them. And I was like, I just think I'll just sit quietly in the background and read this, not get involved.
Go back 130 odd years. I suspect there's a lot of portrait painters complaining about photographers kind of coming along and
True
ruining
enough.
everything. So,
Standing in the middle of the shop.
things move on. Anyway, back to the autumn thing. It's almond harvesting season. I note on my bicycle ride to work.
Oh yeah.
In the morning. Yeah, it's
They're old blokes knocking.
Yeah, it seems very old fashioned. But in sort of February time, Mallorca is very famous for its almond blossom. It looks like snow's fallen everywhere. And now it's harvesting time, and they're everywhere everywhere, all over the island, but certainly on my little bit. But like the big almond farms have like a thing. They put like a machine that comes along. It's very good. They've got big claws that grab the trunk, and another thing that sort of fans out some netting underneath, and then the claws on the trunk just basically shake the tree, and all the nuts drop out. But most of the little farms where I go to have got little old fellas out with sticks, and it looks, they just bash the trees until the almonds fall off and then collect them up.
Just agitate until they fall off.
I think so, yeah. They are delicious though, aren't they? Mallorcan almonds. So, and I find I just like the stillness of autumn. I adore, because summer is crazy for me anyway. There's always like the fan in the car is on maximum and the windows are open and the fan in the bedroom is going and
it's noisy.
The roads are busy and everything's the whole time. And then now the fan's on like speed 2 instead of speed 3, and I don't have to kind of have the windows open in the car, and it's getting really quiet because obviously a lot of schools go back for traditional visitors. Mallorca, yeah. I'm not talking about the Spanish schools, although they've gone back too. But it's the family holidays are more or less coming to an end now as everybody goes back to Belgium and France and Germany and Britain and takes their kids with them. And then there's a real lull, isn't there, for a bit and then the kind of generally older. Tourists come here who want to do a bit of hiking and a bit of thing. It's just generally a lot quieter, isn't it? And I really like it. It's that slow reclaiming of the island, having sort of rented it out for the summer, more or less. It's like getting your house back, isn't it?
Yeah. Although we're about to have a load of visitors, so I'm going to say no.
Wow, students.
Students, my mum, your mum, it's going to be a packed old month.
It certainly is.
No, I think that I was reading somewhere this morning that that Tourists Go Home campaign
Yes.
hasn't really affected sales in Germany anyway. Holiday sales in Germany. What has affected holiday sales, and which is why you might see it a bit quieter now, is prices.
Well, I mean, that's an opinion, obviously, because no one's gone and asked them all, are you staying at home because of the protests or
True enough.
the money?
It's
But
an
I suspect
opinion.
they're exactly that. I mean, Mallorca's, like everywhere, Mallorca's got a bit more expensive because its costs have gone up and all the rest of it, in the same way that prices are going up all over the place. And, if you're a Brit or a German or anyone else for that matter, and the prices have gone up in your home country, you've got less to spend on your holiday at the same time as your holiday is getting more expensive. So people are either coming for shorter holidays or not coming at all, or spending a bit less when they get here, but it's definitely down on previous years. So, whether that's I suspect that it's not the protests. I suspect that it is the finances. But
we didn't introduce ourselves.
Oh no, it's a bit late for that, isn't it?
Anyway,
Go back and listen to some other podcasts where we do introduce ourselves.
I wanted to tell you something.
Go on.
I checked some statistics on our podcast supplier, like the place that
Host.
that's it. And we are in the top 1% of podcasts in the world because of consistency.
Are we?
Yeah, because we've posted a lot of episodes, and
There are a lot of
also
podcasts
we
in
are
the world.
we are the most listened to podcast in Mallorca.
Are we? Well, I never. Well, we should start sharpening up our game, doing it a bit better then, really, shouldn't we? Anyway, we've got an interview coming up for you later on. But more of that. Yesterday...
We should say who the interview is.
We should. Let's
seeing
do
as
that.
we're now like...
Seeing as I've just mentioned it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's Saloua Sfar from A Ma Maison and Muse. And we are speaking about her life here in Mallorca.
She's great. Where's she from?
Tunisia.
Ah.
And but she speaks French, Spanish, Catalan, English, probably German, knowing Saloua, and maybe a few other languages as well, and maybe Dutch.
She gets a lot of Swedes in our restaurant too, so she probably a bit of...
She can knock out a bit
Pigeon
of the
Swedish,
hurdy-gurdy.
maybe. Yeah.
And she is celebrating the 14th year of A Ma Maison this year, which is this restaurant that she runs.
It's a tiny little restaurant in Palma, but it's got a very loyal following.
I don't know if tiny is the right description, because it can seat 35
Can it?
people. Yes, if she wants to.
Wow, okay,
Yeah. Anyway, we talk about it a lot, and then also she's celebrating the second anniversary of her white box art space called Muse.
She's always up to something.
She really is.
So, I'll tell you what. Why don't we just have a listen to Saloua right now?
Today, I have with me someone I've known for quite a long time. Actually, her name is Saloua Sfar. Did I do okay there?
Yes,
Okay. Originally from French Tunisia.
correct.
And been living in Mallorca for quite a long time. Saloua is the owner of A Ma Maison restaurant. She's a private chef as well, and she is the founder and owner of Muse, which is an event space in Palma as well. Welcome to my studio.
Thank you for having me.
So nice to have you here. So let's begin with why on earth are you here? Why are you in Mallorca?
Oh, long story short, I came on holiday, never left.
That old chestnut. Everyone says that one.
No, I was working on a private yacht. We came to Mallorca. It was the first time in my life I came to Mallorca. Didn't even know Mallorca existed because Spain was never a destination for me. Loved it. Came back on holiday and literally decided to leave my work on the yacht and settle here.
Your heart was captured.
My heart was captured by the island.
It's funny, isn't it? Like so many people have got the same story.
Yes.
What is it?
Well, for me, it's because it does actually remind me of Tunisia,
Really?
but in a different way.
Okay,
So-
what are the similarities?
Well, similarities, the architecture, the sea, the mountains. We've got all that also in Tunisia. The difference is that maybe in Mallorca there is much more freedom than Tunisia will probably have. And it's easier to live here than to live in Tunisia.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially as a woman.
Yeah. and especially when you want to be a free woman.
Yeah. Okay, let's not go down that road.
No.
I don't know enough about the situation to have a full-on conversation with you about it. So, I mean, Mallorca is obviously like a perfect destination for so many people. Have you found that has it lived up to your expectations of it so far?
I think up to maybe I will say 2 years ago it was, but now I find it a bit more, I'm going to call it difficult to live in Mallorca. Well, to have businesses and to keep up, to keep your head above the water.
Yeah, it's getting increasingly expensive to live here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's up to 2 years ago, I think it was just, for me, perfect. And now it's just like, yeah, it is starting to get so expensive that, you know, you just have to change a bit your life and your way of living. I used to love going out to restaurants all the time and doing quite a lot of things. Now you think twice before you go out because it's so expensive.
I mean, and that's coming from a restaurant owner.
Yes, but I have tried to keep my prices into a level for everybody to be able to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like the kind of, how do we put this, like there's different class system now in Mallorca, isn't there? Like there's the regular people and then there's the ultra wealthy, and there doesn't seem to be anything in between any longer.
We're losing that in between.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I mean, we're just regular people, aren't we, Saloua?
Yeah, but I've decided also to earn probably less, but give more.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about that concept. I mean, how would you say that how are you giving more?
I'm giving more by for people to have the possibility to actually come and eat in my restaurant without having to charge them a fortune. Today in Mallorca, and I've just been out last night because I was invited, but you can't go out in Mallorca, or in Palma anyway, for less than spending about €70 per person, which is quite a lot of money. And so what I'm doing is that what I want to do is give the same kind of experience like degustation menu and all this kind of thing, but for less money. So it's like €40 to come and eat in my restaurant with a 4-course. Everything is made, it's homemade, it's not frozen food, there's no microwave, and I'm by myself.
Yeah, I know. Let's talk about that, because you're cooking a kind of French inspired, Tunisian themed, that's kind of your roots, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of food, but with a bit of Mediterranean slung in there as well.
Yeah, I think what I want to do is like bring my creativity. And that's why also I decided not to have an a la carte anymore, so I can be creative all the time.
That's a good idea, though, I think, because like, when you have a tasting menu, it actually reduces waste, doesn't it? Because everybody has to have the same thing.
Not really.
No?
No.
Oh.
No.
Uh-oh, Saloua, what have you done?
No. No. Everybody doesn't have the same thing because everybody doesn't have the same taste. So when you come and you tell me you don't eat fish, I'm not going to give you fish.
Well, then how's this working? Are you literally like customizing the menu for everybody?
Exactly. You can come and you can tell me you're vegan, you can tell me you're vegetarian, you can tell me you don't eat fish, you don't eat meat, you don't eat this, you don't eat that, or you don't like this. Because the idea is not just to give you food, it's to give you an experience. And you're not coming to a restaurant, you're coming to my house.
Wow, you're pushing limits there, aren't you? How do you manage that?
It's called passion. It's called love. I love my restaurant. I love people, and I just love cooking.
Wow. Okay, I was going to tell you about my experiences at A Ma Maison. I was there almost from the beginning, actually. I don't go to Palma very much, but it's always this cute little restaurant up a side road in Santa Catalina, and it's got this lovely thing outside, a blackboard that's written about like your philosophy about how you welcome your guests and everything. So you wear your heart on your sleeve, don't you? Literally, it's there on the front of the restaurant, exactly how people are going to be received inside. And it's written in English, Spanish, and I don't know what other language.
German.
German. And you go inside, and it's clearly a Tunisian kind of vibe, because it's got all the kind of like the hand of Fatima stuff
Yes.
everywhere, and it's very I'm going to say, like, North African kind of decoration, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's a very kind of like, it's almost like a cave and a cave and a cave, because there's like three different rooms that you go through. But at the back, there's actually a outdoor space as well. I've seen you growing
Tomatoes.
You grow food out there, don't you?
Well, yes. During when it's possible, I'll do it. Yes.
So you're walking in, and on the right-hand side, there's a bar, fully stocked bar, and then through the bar, there's the kitchen. And then, so Sal will come and greet you and sit you down, and then she'll come back and say, what do you want to eat? What do you want to drink? And then Sal will come back with the food, and here you are. But you wonder who cooked the food, and it was also Saloua. It's like, she's the cook, she's the waitress, she's the manager, she's the pot washer. She is everything in that restaurant. It's like a one-woman food machine in there, isn't it?
Well, it's my house. Do you have stuff in your house?
God, I wish I had stuff.
No, the idea is really to have people in my house. And that's why I said to people, if they don't have time, don't come. There's thousands of restaurants in Palma where people can just go and eat for in half an hour. So come to my restaurant. If you don't have at least 2 hours, then... Yeah. But at the same time, if I come to your house, I'm not gonna tell you, look, I've got an hour to eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, same
so,
thing.
And it's called A Ma Maison, which means at my house.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Tell me about, I know that your family has a lot of influence on your cooking, because your mum is a very big part of the process, isn't
Yes.
she? Because you do use very authentic ingredients, which she brings them over, or she posts them over. I don't know. She ships them over.
No, when she comes once a year. She brings, and then I go to Tunisia. I try to go twice a year to bring my spices and some of the product that obviously I can't find here.
And she's got a special couscous. Is that correct? I mean, you don't want to tell anybody the recipe, so it's a bit hard to get information out of this one.
There is one couscous that we do in Tunisia that is really is Tunisian, so you can't eat in Morocco or in Algeria or anywhere. It's we call it a herb couscous, and it's made with fennel.
Ooh. Really?
Yeah.
Where does the fennel come into it? Is it in the couscous?
Yes, but it's not the bulb of the fennel. It's the grass of the fennel, and it's a vegan couscous that has so much flavors. But there's so many other dishes that I don't do because it takes a long time, and I'm not sure people are gonna like it. And that's why I organize once a year the anniversary of the restaurant. My mum comes over, and she's the one cooking.
I've been very honoured to be invited to several of those parties, and I mean, like the highlight has got to be you showing up in a belly dancing outfit. Yeah. That's like I've never seen so many middle-aged German men look so awkward.
Yeah, because they normally see me with a hat and an apron, and all of a sudden,
it's like, what is she doing? She's suddenly out here wiggling everything around.
Is that her?
I mean, explain to me about that. I mean, is it a tradition in your country in your home country, that you would do that kind of thing? Is it a celebratory dance, or what is it?
It's just, I always love belly dancing, and I did belly dancing show when I was younger, and I just thought, when I opened the restaurant, I was like, do you know what? Let's surprise people, because I love surprising people. That's part of me. So people actually they actually first get surprised at the anniversary because they see me with high heels, with makeup, which I never wear makeup. Well dressed.
You do look rather foxy though. When you go for it, you look good.
And they see me like with the dress, and they're like, oh God, we've never seen her that way. And then all of a sudden, she's completely changed, and she become a belly dancer.
It is. It's like, I was like, oh yeah, belly dancing time.
Yeah. And I have to say, my mum loves to see me belly dancing.
Oh, how old is your mum?
74.
She's looking good. Is she well? She's
Yeah,
keeping
no,
okay.
she's good.
Why can't she come and live with you here?
I guess she prefer to be. She lives between Tunisia and Paris, and in Paris she's got my brother's sister, her grandkids. Here she's got me and 3 dogs, and so she. I guess
You're not such a draw.
Yeah, she likes to come and stay with me 1 week, and she's actually now looking forward to come again in November.
Yeah, November time.
Yeah,
That'd be your 14th?
14th anniversary. Yeah,
Wow.
don't know how I made it yet.
Well, I think you've got a lot of loyal followers, a lot of fans, a lot of clients that support you in your crazy schemes.
Yeah, I think what I wanted from the beginning to create was actually a base of trust, of friendship, and I guess that's why I've been able to carry on. Yeah.
So let's talk about Muse, because in the middle of you telling me it's been about 2 years and things got really hard, I'm like, well, hang on a minute. Muse opened 2 years ago, so it's like, let's talk about Muse, because Muse was quite is quite an ambitious project, I think, as well. But,
Absolutely.
so explain it to the listener.
Well, Muse, it's I'm going to call it a social cultural club space where I've decided to create events.
Hang on a minute. We'll start that again. Hello. Saloua and I are recording. Saloua and I are recording. Okay, so tell me about Muse and tell me about how it came about and the concept.
So Muse came out of a dream. I live next door, and I've always looked at that space, and I was just like, "There's something we need to do with this space." And it's big, it's beautiful, and it just reminded me a bit of Brooklyn 20 years ago, where you walk around, and you just all of a sudden open a door, and there's a gallery there, there's an event there's a music. And I just thought, yeah, that doesn't exist in Palma. So let's start it. So it is a very ambitious project, still not really as known as I would like to, but it's a dream, and I'm going to carry on with it. So
let me describe the space, because it's like a big white box, isn't it?
Yeah.
It could be a gallery space, could be a performance space, could be a space for yoga, could be a space for a retreat, could be a space for a conference. It's just a big white room.
Exactly.
With beautiful big windows, lots of natural light. But at the back there is an area for catering,
Yes.
and there's bathrooms and what have you.
Yeah.
But it's actually surprising, because from the front you wouldn't think that there was this space inside. So it's kind of it does have a bit of a wow factor as well, doesn't it? Because you walk through the kind of like garage door almost.
Yes. It is a garage door.
And you're like, wow. What was it before?
It was a garage.
For repairing cars.
Yeah.
And now
It was a pneumatic. They used to do
the tires.
The tires.
Okay. And then that's, you're saying that you live next door to that.
Yes.
And the area that you're actually in is Fornares, isn't it?
Fornares, yeah.
And that's a space, that's an area that people don't really talk about in Palma, but I think it's a bit up and coming.
It is up and coming. I've been living in that area now for 13 years, and I've seen the change. And obviously right now, if you go around there, it's a mess, because they're redoing the roads and all this kind of thing. But it is an up and coming area, and there is quite a lot of investors who are coming now.
Sniffing around.
Well, there's many buildings that's been put down and rebuilt. 13 years ago, you could buy an apartment there for like maybe 200,000 euro, and you would have 120 square meter. Today, you can't even rent a place like just a studio for less than 1,000 euro.
Wow.
But it is, the thing is that Fornares, it's an area that is just 10-minute walk from the center of Palma, 10-minute walk to the beach, 10-minute drive to the airport.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Perfect.
It is perfect.
Yeah.
And it's a surprise that it's been overlooked for so long.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's because it's also an area where it used to be lots of gypsies, drug addicts, prostitution. We still have some of it, but slowly, it's just going.
Yeah. But it's like a lot of areas in Mallorca, like when people start to talk about the kind of tidying up of Magaluf, for example,
Yeah.
you know, like they kind of start on the edges and push into the middle, like almost like popping a spot, you know. it's like encroaching bit by bit until there's nothing left. Like they kind of like wipe out the undesirable, in inverted commas, stuff and replace it with nice. It looks nice,
Yeah.
but there's kind of at the same time maybe pushing out people that have lived there for a long time that maybe
Absolutely.
I feel a bit pissed off about that.
Absolutely. I mean, if you look in La Soledad, where they made the Silicon Valley area, which all these new buildings that cost an absolutely fortune, they've been pushing people away, and people that have been living there for many, many years.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that the problem is that slowly, Palma is getting... The center of Palma became too small anyway, so they're just going around now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're picking... So they start with La Soledad, now it's going to be Fornés. Next one, we'll see where it's going to be.
Will you be able to hold on?
Well, I'm hoping so.
Fingers by your fingertips.
I am very, very lucky. As much as I've been able to hold on in Santa Catalina, because Santa Catalina is not what Santa Catalina used to be when I've opened. Today, Santa Catalina is extremely expensive, but I've been very lucky. I have a great landlord. So, and in Fornés, same thing. I have a great landlord also. So. And I negotiate quite a lot. So.
I'm going to say, I bet you there's a little bit of haggling going on. I feel like that might be in the blood.
Yes. Yeah.
Just saying.
Just a little bit.
So what kind of is a typical month at Muse? What kind of things are you having there at the moment? What shows have you got? What's happening?
Right now on Sunday we're going to be celebrating the second anniversary.
Sunday or Saturday?
Sunday the 7th.
Ah.
Because it was open on the 7th of September.
Gotcha.
So I'm somebody who like to make sure it's the right date.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is it's going to be like a festival. So there's going to be exhibition, there's going to be some dance, there's going to be some music.
Are you going to be in a belly dance outfit?
Maybe. Who knows?
If the dancers don't show up, someone's available.
And the idea is to celebrate the second anniversary with unknown artists, bring them, give them the possibility to be shown.
Give them a platform.
Yes. And then end of September is going to be some... there's an event going, which is a fashion show.
What kind of fashion?
It's actually an academy that they are based in Luxembourg, and they're coming over and they're doing a fashion festival in Mallorca, and we made a collaboration with them. And so it's going to be different things, I think.
So if you're an artist and you're looking for a space to exhibit, Muse is a good option, isn't it? Because you can negotiate with you. She's a hard negotiator, though. Be prepared to get... Someone will get what she wants. You can negotiate with you and hire the space for a day, hire the space for a week.
Yeah.
It's like it's all flexible, yeah?
It's very flexible. Life is not just about money. It's about giving and receiving.
Yeah.
So I gave Muse many, many times for free for some event that actually spoke to me.
Oh.
Yeah, when it comes to charity, then Muse is there. If I don't rent it, I prefer to rent it all the time. But that's what I said is It's an up-and-coming place, but I've been giving Muse for some event without not even charging any penny, and some event is just like charging not even half of what I normally charge, but because it's all depending on where it is.
I guess you could also use it as a wedding venue, couldn't you? In the
Yes, you can.
centre of Palma, I mean, that's kind of hard to find an area where you could hold a big party.
Exactly, yeah. No. We've been also used today by the Jewish community because they can actually celebrate their biggest parties, which is Pesach and Rosh Hashanah. But they didn't find any space where they can actually do it and have an area for the catering.
Yeah, they need kosher, don't they? Yeah.
So Muse has all that. So they've been celebrating for the last 2 years the festivities in Muse, because Muse has this thing of being able to completely change, because when you go walk in, it's absolutely empty. And then we can just add things. So we had also Balmain, the brand of hairdressers. They actually came and they changed the whole place as a huge hairdresser place.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it's a different... Muse has that. It can just be redecorated for anything you want. It can be a wedding, it can be an exhibition, it can be a conference. We did a drag show, we did dinners, we did jazz nights.
Yeah.
But it is true that it is not that easy to sell all those events. And I'm going to be very honest also, I am not the best marketing person.
Babe, you can't be everything.
Exactly.
It's hard. Marketing in Mallorca is hard. We have a regular interview with a lady called Nina Moons. She runs the Calendar Mallorca.
Yes.
Do you know her?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's great. And I think that those kind of businesses and what we do as well, like, really helps to shine a light on events and on people that maybe like you and first thought isn't that you should be put forward for an interview, and like that's why I'm like, come and do an interview. You're like, yeah, okay. You didn't ask for an interview, here you are.
Yeah.
So those sorts of things, like you have to, people I think like me and Nina have to look for the options, and we find like all the good people and say, okay, we're going to support those people because they're doing good stuff.
Yeah, no, I need to. I've always worked on the fact that is the word of mouth. It worked up to today, but I'm realizing more and more that the social media, the AI, and all this kind of thing. But I'm just like not following. AI is not going to enter in my kitchen. Not yet, anyway.
AI can't cook, love. Telling you now. Can come up with some decent meal plans, though.
Well, there's the first restaurant that's going to open in Dubai in October with an AI chef.
Oh.
Oh,
God.
Yeah.
That's worrying, actually. I wonder if how are they going to know how much salt everything needs?
No, it's AI. It's excuse me, an AI chef. There's going to be the executive chef. Obviously, there's going to be some human chefs, but
the AI chef is the boss.
Exactly.
Crikey.
Yeah, it's worrying.
That's a concern.
Yes.
Okay, don't go to that restaurant,
No.
everybody.
Or if you want to go, just go for just to see where it is.
Go and leave it a really bad review.
But yeah, no, it is starting to get worrying. I mean, I've been to Barcelona, and having the robots as a waiter is just also something.
There was one in Palma, the ramen place, Otaku. They have a robot waiter.
Okay, I haven't
but
seen
it's
it in
really,
Palma.
but I've watched how it works. So it's not very autonomous. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Because it goes to the bar. It can't put the drinks on its own tray.
No.
So it has to have it's just a gimmick, So they put the drinks onto the tray, and then it kind of goes and finds the table, and then you have to take the drinks off the tray. It can't give you the drinks. It's literally just a trolley.
I think it's just because we haven't received yet in Spain the latest models, because in Japan there is the greatest model, which has hands. It takes your drinks. He serves you.
You'd think there'd be enough. There's enough people in Japan to give them jobs. Waiters shouldn't become AI.
Yeah, but people don't want to be in the hospitality business.
Why?
Because it's a hard work. It's a long hours.
Do you find it hard though?
I find it hard, but I love it. So for me, working 18 hours a day doesn't really bother me.
No big deal.
No.
I'm the same though. I loved what I do. It was in the past tense then. I love what I do. I love like meeting people and talking to them and writing about them and coming up with strategies and thinking about marketing, and I love all of that stuff. And makes me happy.
Exactly, but being in the hospitality business is not just about that. It's also not when your friends are all out, you can't go because it's a Saturday. Usually your day off is going to be on the Sunday or Monday, like me, and then most of the nice restaurants are closed because everybody closes on the Sunday and the Monday. And when you want to go on holiday, it's kind of like, oh, my friends, they have their holiday during the summer, not in the winter. So, yeah. But, I mean, today my life has changed, so... But I remember when I was working as a waitress, it was 16 hours a day.
Yeah.
But
I thought you were going to say the worst bit about hospitality was the people.
No.
You like the people?
No. The people are nasty when you are not very nice with them. That's how I see it. I smile to everybody, and if somebody doesn't want to be happy, I try to make him happy. So.
What do you think about the hospitality industry generally in Mallorca? How can it improve?
By training. There is one thing, I had a restaurant in London, and I worked in many big companies in London, and the thing is that the service was everywhere was great when you go. We're speaking about 5-star hotels and things, because they are trained. There is no training in Mallorca. People are not trained, so we're having, and I'm sorry, I don't want anybody to take it in the wrong way.
No.
We have the fact that people are just carrying plate, and a waiter is not a carry plate. Yeah, so that's where we can put a robot.
Yes.
Yeah. So being a waiter, it is a profession. It's not just a job. And
yeah, I think that the kind of like the old generation of waiters here still do that.
Of course.
You know, the newer kind of like
but we're getting old.
We are getting old.
So the old generation is dying.
We all need a rest. But yeah, the old generation, their feet hurt, they'd like better sneakers, and they want to go on holiday themselves.
Yes.
But there is no, especially in Britain anyway, there was never any kind of like glory in being a waiter.
No. But in France it was.
Yeah. So it's like culturally it's different. I don't know about in Spain, but it was more like a job that you did that was like a lifelong profession. Mm-hmm. Whereas in England it's something you do in between other things, isn't it? So
no, there is some in England also. There is some people who actually decide to be in the hospitality business, and no one dreams about being a waiter. You start as a waiter because you dream of becoming a manager or a maître d'.
Yeah.
I mean, I was 14 years old, and I was not even a waitress, I was just a cleaner, table cleaner. But I did it because the boss I had, he was like, to be a waitress, you have to first learn how to clean a table, how to clean glasses, how to do this, how to do that. And slowly went up. When I was a maître d' in a star Michelin restaurant, then I felt like, okay, I've achieved something. You know, as I say, you don't dream of being a waiter, but you dream of becoming more and more and more. And then slowly you learn more, and then you probably dream of opening your restaurant, and then you have the whole thing. So if a waiter doesn't come, you know how to wait. What
would you say are the skills that you need to have as a waiter, apart from being able to carry 3 plates at a time?
Is to be smiley, understanding, patient, and don't take people from up there.
What do you mean from up there?
Like, don't be arrogant.
Oh, right.
Don't be arrogant.
Be kind.
Be kind. Yeah. People, I used to train people, and I used to tell them, people don't go to a restaurant because they're hungry. They go to a restaurant to be happy, to be seen, to be somebody. Today, people are just a credit card in a restaurant, and people don't want to be a credit card. So if you walk in a restaurant and you've just been there once, but you walk back again, and somebody say, "Oh, hi, Vicky, how are you?" You're just like, "Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's nice."
Exactly.
You know, and that's what a waiter, anybody actually, is not just a waiter. Anybody that is working in a restaurant needs to learn is to not just see the people just like that. It's just to actually say, "Hi, how are you?" Ask everyone what's their name, and I'll try to see where they're from. And same thing, if people are trying to speak Spanish, don't speak to them straight in English. Let them, they're trying.
Yeah,
And I know
I
it
agree.
takes time.
It's humiliating when you get answered in English.
You know, it's just so. Actually, when I have foreigners who come to my restaurant, I always ask them which language they prefer me to speak. And if they say Spanish, I'm like, okay. And they are gonna make mistake and they don't understand, and I'm like, that's fine. But take the time. You know, I don't think it's gonna change the whole life of anybody except the experience of your client if you've taken 2 minutes more to listen.
But it's incremental happiness, isn't it? Like
Yes.
a little bit, a nice experience will make that person maybe incrementally happy for the rest of the day.
Yes.
When Ollie, it's just reminding me of this place that Ollie and I used to go to when we lived in London. It was in Walthamstow, and it was an Italian place, small, like maybe 20 covers, and it was a really nice Italian place. It was run by a husband and wife, and he was a great cook, and he would come out, or chef, he would come out and say hello to all the tables. And I remember once thinking, oh, he's not said hello to us, and I'm feeling like really put out that he hadn't said hello. And I was like, I want to be included in the whole table like journey that you're doing. I want to have a chat with you, and I want to tell you how nice the gnocchi is and everything. You know, like when you start to do that, you have to be sure to include everybody. I remember feeling like really like upset that he hadn't included us, and feeling like, oh well, we're not, you know.
But that's part of it.
So his eye was on people that he knew. If he'd been a bit more kind of like open, maybe he could have come and made friends with Ollie and I, and we did go back a couple more times. And I think by the end of it, it was like, oh hi, how are you? But it was like.
Yeah,
do it,
you're the one. I'm gonna go back, and he's gonna say hello to me now.
I want to be included in this special gang, you know,
Yeah.
because like when the owner of the restaurant comes out and says hello to you, it's like nice.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's just it's part of a whole experience.
Yeah.
You know, lots of people telling me how I do it in A Ma Maison. I've made the decision to have less clients. So I have a restaurant that can take up to 35 people. Obviously, I can't have 35 people in one go, and I'm just by myself. Wonder Woman, yes, but to a certain point. So I prefer to just maybe have 10 covers, but give them the great experience and also the greatest memory.
Yeah.
You know, I want people to just leave and they're like, oh, that's so nice.
But you know what? It's exactly what you should be doing in your marketing. I don't want this to become a marketing conversation, but like that's the kind of difference between so many restaurants that I know that don't pay attention to the customer and don't make an effort with the service, and that's really the crucial difference. Because with the best will in the world, you can go anywhere and eat,
Yes.
can't you? It's like you can go home and eat, like you said. People don't go to a restaurant because they're hungry. They go to a restaurant to be treated nicely. They go to a restaurant because they're tired, or they don't want to cook. You know, they want to be mothered or taken care of, or you know. I go when I say to Ollie, let's go and eat. It's not because I don't live with a great cook. I do. He's a great cook. I'm not bad either. It's like I can't be asked to cook.
Yeah.
I don't want to cook. I want to relax and have someone bring my food to me and then
And
take the
somebody,
plates away
and
and
somebody
clean up.
looking after you.
Yeah, take off. Yeah,
No, but
exactly.
just somebody looking after you.
Mm.
You know, you sit down, there's somebody who comes and it's smiley and it's asking you how you are.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you spend your whole day, you are in this studio and you are working. And okay, there's people who comes and you do podcast or you do photographies, but then you go out, you just want to sit down, relax, and have somebody just look after you, giving you a drink, giving you a smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
Life's hard enough, everybody.
exactly.
Come on, waiters.
Smile.
Crying out loud.
Life's too short to be sad anyway.
But maybe more like that. I mean, like the restaurant owners that I know, they do struggle to get decent staff. You know, it is hard to find those people who really want to do what you're saying. You know, and actually committed to doing a good service.
Don't get me wrong. I used to have staff, and I don't have staff anymore. There is a reason for it because it was just hard to try to find the staff that understand the concept.
Yeah.
The concept of A Ma Maison. So they were just working their hours, and I want my wage at the end. And if it goes well, great. It doesn't, you know. So I've made the decision, and I guess the pandemic gave me also, you know, the opportunity to be able to do that. And I just said, okay, that's it. Now I'm just going to live the dream I really had, which is having a restaurant that is going to be home. And I know lots of people find it crazy. I'm going to be reopening the restaurant next week.
Woohoo.
And I did listen to quite a lot of people who've been telling me, okay, the surprise menu is great, but is it all? Sometimes we just want to have like one dish. So I have decided that I will have like 3 starter, 3 main courses, fish, meat, vegan, and people can just choose one dish if that's really what they want. And obviously those dishes will not be in the surprise menu.
So you are expanding out again.
Yeah, it's just, well, I will still be even more creative then.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that I go to the market every day, so I just see what is in there and I buy, and then I come back. And even the menu of the day, because I have menu del dia, people call me at 11 and they're like, what's on the menu del dia today? I'm like, I still don't know. I have no idea.
We're opening at 12. I'll figure it out by then.
Exactly. Because
just come hungry.
The thing is, I have quite lots of people that I know that comes, they're regulars, that comes for the menu del dia. And I know they don't like, they're gluten-free. I know that they are lactose-free. And so the thing is that when they come, I just like, okay, so this is what I'm going to do for you today. And they're like, great. People are not even asking anymore what is on the menu.
Oh, right.
They kind of like, just give me what you want. Do you have fish? Yeah. Do you have meat? Some people actually tell me, what do you recommend more, the fish or the meat? Yeah. And so, but that's what I wanted to do from the beginning, and now I have succeeded, and so happy.
The moral of that story is stick to your guns.
Exactly.
Listen to your gut.
You actually been very kind. 2 years ago, you wrote an article, and I love the title. If you can dream it, you can do it. And that is always been my motto. Like, don't give up on your dreams. Yeah, work harder. Decide to earn a tiny bit less. Change a tiny bit. Instead of having a big car, just have a small car. But keep on dreaming.
I think that's a perfect way to end. Keep on dreaming.
Yeah.
Oh, keep on dreaming. Cheers, me. Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming in, Saloua. And congratulations on year 2 of Muse, year 14 of A Ma Maison.
Thank you.
And year whatever of this, whatever this goddess in front of me is. She's ageless. I love her.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Vicky.
Keep on bringing your good energy into the room.
Yeah, and thank you for being always there and for your help and for your support.
You're
also.
welcome. You're welcome. You deserve it.
That's also something really, really kind. That's what I like also about Mallorca, is that there is quite a lot of people that are here to support, and supporting each other is, I think, what the only secret that Mallorca will make you be successful.
True enough. It's very important to be kind.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Vicky.
Thank you, beauty. There you go. Are you going to come with me on Sunday to see her?
I think so. That sounds like
A good
something
idea.
not to be missed.
Go and support her and all her crazy ideas. Actually, it's a really good space, and I put her in touch with a couple of people this week who might be interested to rent it out for Christmas parties.
Oh, is it? Were we talking about Christmas already?
Yeah, well, they are.
It reminds me of being back at work, doesn't it? When then someone like says, "Do you want turkey or beef?" It's like, it's August. Tell me, we need to book it now. And then in December, when you've had quite a few drinks before the Christmas party, someone says, "Did you order turkey or beef?" So I don't remember. It was August.
Yeah, I'd always go for turkey, I think, in Christmas dinner.
Meanwhile, in international politics, Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez has been to Downing Street.
Have we gone from Turkey to Pedro Sanchez in one smooth move?
Do you have anything more to tell about Turkey?
What was it? Why was it Downing Street, Oliver?
Well, they leaders meet each other and smile for the cameras and shake hands and say everything's going to be great, which is more or less what they did.
Everything's marvellous.
Yeah, so it's the first time they'd ever met. They've met in either capital in 7 years, and they more or less didn't say anything at all. Actually, they most notably didn't say anything about Gibraltar, which is always the shh, don't say anything about Gibraltar.
Yeah.
And they just sat down and said, "Aren't you great? Yes, we're great. Let's all talk about Ukraine, and let's." The leaders look forward to speaking again soon, but they actually didn't really say anything at all. But it was just one of those glad-handing things. So not much to say there, really.
Why have you brought it up then?
No, because it's international politics. It's a bit about Spain.
Okay.
Meanwhile, a bit more locally, there's trouble at Son Moix.
What's happened?
Son Moix is the football stadium where
Yes.
Real Mallorca play. They've suspended their captain.
Why?
Danny Rodriguez has been stripped of the captaincy and had his pay suspended as well. They played at Real Madrid, the Bernabeu Stadium, where they lost, and he was benched by the coach, and he complained that his kids didn't get to watch him play at Real Madrid, and they said, "You can't do that. Shut up. You're the captain. Clear off." So he's been suspended and had his pay stopped. I'll be all right. I suspect he gets paid all right.
Handbags at dawn.
I think so, yeah. So it's a bit of a power struggle about who's in charge. It turns out it's not Danny Rodriguez.
It can't ever be the captain. It always has to be the coach.
Well, this is the problem with giant egos in football. Sir Alex Ferguson, head of Man United, had a real big problem when suddenly all of these, they all started going off and getting wacky haircuts like David Beckham. And he hated Beckham for being famous.
But I thought they got on okay in the end. Oh no, he's the bloke who threw the football boot at him, isn't he?
Well, he kicked a football boot during a halftime hairdryer rant, as they were known, and it hit David Beckham in the eyebrow, and he had to have stitches and came on the second half with stitches in his eyebrow.
Brilliant.
Anyway, yes, look, we have a bit of a water problem here. It turns out in Mallorca.
Do we?
There's not enough of it. The reservoir levels up in the mountains, the Gorge Blau and Cubair reservoirs, are quite a long way down, 27 and 30% down on their normal capacity. Meanwhile, Soller, which you'd think if there was anywhere that was going to get a lot of rain, it's Soller. In the valleys in the north of the island, in the Tramontana, but they are proper worried there. They say that they might even have to start phasing water, like literally switching it off for chunks of the day, if there isn't rain soon. But they've been told that, as of the 29th of August, it's been going for a week now, that the mayor, Mikel Nadal, has been saying that you can't, follow this now, fill private swimming pools with municipal water. You can't water your garden, your orchard, or green area. You can't wash your car or your boat. You can't clean your terrace, except for health and safety reasons. which is a little bit of a get out there. And they're talking about installing water-saving devices and all that kind of stuff. But if it doesn't rain soon, they are actually going to start restricting it. But it should rain soon.
You can't water your orchard.
You can't water your orchard as it stands.
But I think that's a bad move, is it not?
Why?
Because, I can understand not cleaning your car, not cleaning your boat, all the other stuff, but not watering your orchard means that you're reducing the potential for fruit on your trees.
Well, you definitely are, yes. But if you water your orchard and you haven't got any municipal water for houses, then it's probably a bigger problem. So they are saying that it's a bit dodgy. They want people to take short showers, turn off taps when not in use. That seems fairly obvious.
It's all a bit 1976.
Only use dishwashers and washing machines with full loads. Report water leaks immediately. All that kind of stuff. I mean, it's an obvious thing to say, but it doesn't rain for a while, but then it doesn't in the summer. You know what I mean? It more or less, with the exception of the odd light shower and the really odd exception of a brief thunderstorm, it more or less doesn't rain from the end of May until about the third week of September in Mallorca.
But doesn't the water come down through the Alps?
No.
Pyrenees?
I have heard this, that there are aquifers in Mallorca that effectively groundwater in the Pyrenees fill up aquifers here, which obviously involves going under the sea. Or maybe that's not enough. You know, I mean, with more and more houses here with swimming pools and more tourists and all the rest of it, then there's more and more water being sucked out of the ground, and it's not limitless, as they are currently finding. But so they're all fingers crossed in Saloua, really, that it's going to rain soon. Now, we should also say that it actually more or less guarantees rain on the third week of September.
Always. Gigi's birthday.
Yeah,
always rains on her birthday.
We found this out the hard way many times by going, because it hasn't rained since May most of the time, going, hey, let's all meet on the beach. And then you wake up in the morning of her birthday and it's a thunderstorm going on.
She's not going to be here anyway.
No, you've suddenly got to find plan B, which we've certainly had many plan Bs over the years. So, yeah, if you're coming here to Mallorca, you might quite enjoy this. It doesn't get cold. It just belts it down, a proper end-of-the-world thunderstorm.
Yeah, but we've been preparing for end-of-the-world thunderstorms all summer. Like, we kept putting, soft furnishings inside, didn't we, in the kitchen, thinking it was going to rain. And then there would be 2 spludges, and that's it.
Yeah.
We've had kalimas.
We have. It's been
horrible, heavy,
raining
white, muddy, yucky clouds, and nothing's come out of them.
No, so, well, we'll see. I mean, it normally rains, doesn't it? So fingers crossed for Saloua. So just, turn your tap off if you're brushing your teeth in Saloua.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what? I think we, as a couple, are pretty good at saving water because we have a cisterna. So we don't have mains.
We're on the main street of a little village.
We kind of know that we've got a limited supply all the time.
Yeah, well, there's a water main running right past the front of the house, and we still have water delivered by a truck.
Is it just because we just never got around to it?
I think when we first started doing it, it was quite cheap for a tanker of water, and we'd have to pay to replumb the house, pay to attach to the main, and then fall for the privilege of paying more for our water. So I thought, well, why do that? So I phoned some fella up once a month who comes along and squirts water in a hole in the garden.
Do you remember the old water delivery guy? He used to turn up wearing a pair of slippers.
Ramon. Yeah, it was summer. It was his uniform was a pair of slippers and a Marks and Sparks shirt undone to the waist.
Yeah, he just walked around with his tummy out.
It was great. It was only 35 quid for a whole lorry.
35.
But that was 20 years ago.
€35. It's gone up a lot since then.
It's double that now, but it was 20 years ago. So, anyway, I think that's probably it, isn't it, for the moment? What we've got coming up this week?
Oh, golly, so many things. I'm working really hard on a couple of sort of series of interviews that I'm doing with people that have left Mallorca. And that's, I've been asking questions like, why did you go? What's it like?
Foreigners who moved here and then left?
Yes, English, Australian, even Spanish. Various people who came forward when I put a shout out asking for volunteers to do interviews, and it's been really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, some people go because they don't like it here. Some people go because they prefer it somewhere else. Some people want a different education for their kids. Some people are priced out, and some people when they go really miss it here, and some people when they go, oh, I'm fine where I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting story actually. We ask lots of people what got you to Mallorca, but not many of what made you leave it. So it was interesting. So I'm looking forward to listening to it.
And the other thing I've been doing is really nailing down not physically, but like nailing down the Mallorca Insiders. Oh, and there's a podcast that's called itself Mallorca Insiders. How very dare they?
Is there?
Yes. Episode 2, apparently. I just saw it the other day. I was like, I think we should have patented that name. Anyway, so we have the Mallorca Insider series. That's every Monday. And we have so many good interviews now.
We've got a hard drive full of interviews here that we're all lining up to release. So at the moment, we're kind of releasing two a week. We're sort of trying to do the one on Friday. We're a bit late last week. So today's Friday. And our Insiders, in theory, if we get it all right, we'll be going out on Monday mornings. But it's all on the same feed, so make sure you subscribe in iTunes or Spotify or Amazon Music or all the places you can normally go to. And I'm doing my best to upload them onto YouTube as well.
And the other thing is we're really close to publishing the website.
We're working very hard.
Oh, my Lord. Such a lot of information in there. But it's it's like one of those never-ending buckets with a hole in, you know. It's just like constant filling it up with stuff because you know that there's more things coming. So it's quite a labour of love at the moment for me, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, it's true. Look, this is part of what we're doing with Mallorca is to provide the coverage and the information that you want to know about Mallorca. So there's plenty of ways that you can get in touch. We have the Facebook group, we have the website coming, we have the podcast. And if you want us to cover anything in particular, or you want to get in touch or send us a message or ask us a question, look below where you see this podcast. There's links to sign up for the newsletter, to see all our social media links. So please get involved. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, I know most people don't. You know, like everyone listens and doesn't comment or respond. But it's so nice when we get a nice email saying thank you. So if you have anything to say...
Did we have an email flood in a while back?
We did.
Yeah, we had an email literally flooding in. I can't remember what it was about now.
It was just
someone to thank you, wasn't it?
Yeah, and keeping in touch with the island.
It was about education, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was our podcast interview with Julie.
Yeah, I think a lot of people found that a useful one, actually. Especially if you're relocating to Mallorca. There are a lot of doubts, especially around moving your kids if they're at a certain age. I'd say over 6 years old, you have to really consider what kind of school you put them into and like what backup you give them. If they're younger than that, they're going to you can just chuck them into infant school, you know, nursery. They can pick up the language and they'll just move along with the rest of the kids. But once they've kind of started school and they're communicating and talking, if it's just one language,
they can often get held back.
And it's not Spanish or Catalan, then you're gonna need to like give them a lot of support, and that was what we were talking about with Julie.
I think we've done more than 130 podcasts at the moment?
No, actually, we probably have done more than that, but because we switched providers, hosts, it says less. But so we're coming up on our 100th episode this autumn, but on this host. Before that, we've done a lot more on a previous host.
You should be able to find most of them on wherever you found this feed. So go back and have a listen to some of them. There's loads of different specialities and people representing things that you might want to know about. So, and most of it will still be current if you go back.
Some of it. The thing that isn't current is Mallorca Solutions, and I just did an interview with Becky, and that will be out soon. And she is a brilliant resource for paperwork questions, and she's agreed to come in regularly to update us on legislation and things that we do.
Help people through those long Spanish admin processes that take a while. Yes. So, if you want a bit of paper, a thing or a visa, or they're the right people to talk to. Stay tuned, Becky.
They're also hopefully going to insure Gigi on the car today. Please, guys, please. Other car broke down.
We're running out of vehicles.
Mum Taxi is tired. Needs Gigi to be able to drive herself around. So, yeah, I'm hoping that, because they do insurance as well.
Roger. Okay, that's it for now. Stay tuned. Listen for the Insider on Monday. And if not, have a lovely weekend.
Thank you so much for listening, guys.
See you now.
Hey, thanks for listening. Listen, we need your help. If you don't mind, would you please subscribe wherever you got this podcast? You can find it in most places, Spotify, iTunes, all the rest of them. Just click subscribe, and if you get a chance to leave us a review and you'd like to leave us a good one, we won't stand in your way. And something for you. If you'd like to get our monthly newsletter, then visit our website. That's Mallorca-Mallorca.es. That's Mallorca with a J, -Mallorca-ES. And follow the link there. And if you'd like to ask us a question, send us a DM to our Facebook or Instagram channels. And wherever you get your podcasts, if you see the show notes, you'll see the links for everything you need. Thanks for listening. See you next time.
Bye.